Hi, this is Nasima. Today I am going to describe about data backup restoration and it is important in pharmaceutical industries. Okay, why have to perform the backup restoration? What is the importance of that? Okay, let us start. Where the data will generate, from that we have to restore the data. Mostly in pharmaceutical industries, data will generate by QC only. Some other areas are like SCADA. Okay, why you have to perform the data backup restoration? To protect the data whatever we are generated, that one you have to protect either loss or corruptions, either disasters, national disasters. What are the national, maybe national disasters are like earthquake, chaos, and floods. By human error also it may occur, maybe system corruptions, hardware problem, software problem. Due to these circumstances, the data will go lost. For that purpose we have to restore the data whatever we are generated. Okay, this generation of data is restoration of this data in maybe in daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis they will perform. Mostly the data backup restoration is responsible for IT department. They have to ensure, they have to perform the data backup restoration based on their SOPs. Different organizations are having different SOPs. Based on that they will restore the data. Some organizations are having the criteria, they have to restore the data daily basis, daily once in a daily once. Some organizations are following daily twice. Okay, they will fix the time. Based on that time the data will restore automatically from where the data will generated, from there to the restoration place through the server. For example, the data generators are chromatography and non-chromatography. Chromatography systems, they're generating the data. The data should go to the storage place through the server. Standalone instruments also same way. The standalone instruments also generating the data, and that data will goes through the storage place through the server. Okay, this storage will make daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis. And the storage also they have for organization, mostly the pharmaceutical industry is following 3 to 1 format. What is this 3 to 1? Whatever the data generated, that should be stored and copied in three copies and two different devices, either it is hard disk or it is tape. And one should be stored in offsite, one should be in out of company premises. Whatever you are storing in on offsite, that should be stored in a fireproof box, and one should be in a outside of the company premises. Okay, whatever the data generated, that should be in this 3 to 1 format. And this restoration also having three types of restoration, that is full backup restoration, and incremental backup restoration, and differential backup restoration. This full backup restoration mainly they will perform on the daily basis. Full, what is the full means? Whatever the data generated is in full mode, either file name, when it was performed, at which time it is performed, on which date is performed, who has performed, all the data audit trials, whatever the changes they made, this full data will undercomes in full backup restoration. And it will take more time, and it will take more space also for storage purpose. And incremental backup restoration, incremental backup restoration is also covers the full backup restoration, along with some whatever the changes we made, that also will come under an incremental backup restoration. And differential backup restoration, differential backup restoration also will cover the full backup restoration, incremental backup restoration. Whatever changes made in incremental, that also will come in differential backup restoration. Okay, mainly this backup restoration, uh, actually whatever the data we are generated, that should be stored daily basis. Whatever the time we are fixed, that time the data shall go restoration purpose. That time maybe the instrument is idle mode, that day is a holiday, that day is weekly off, and the restoration will consider next schedule. For example, today is holiday, today they have to take restoration at 10 o'clock morning. It's not happened. So tomorrow the data will restored at the same time, and it is considered from next day onwards. So this, in this way, the data will be restored. Okay, we have to check the data whatever we are restored. It is in Alcova plus mode only, because Alcova, what is Alcova? Attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original and accuracy, complete, consistent, enduring and available. Attributable, whatever we are restoring the data, that should be in identified mode only. When it was restored, from which instrument it is restored, that should identification should be labeled on the device or tape. And legible, whatever the data we are restored, that is should be in a read mode only, readable mode. It is should be in clear mode. And contemporaneous, what are the data should be your restoring, that should be in a contemporaneous mode. And original and accuracy, whatever the data we are restored, that is should be comparable with original document, and that should be in accuracy mode. And we have to restore the data complete, consistent, up to enduring and available whenever the data required. Whenever the for example some auditor will come and he has asked, that time we have to restore the data, we have to show them is that it should be comparable and enduring, and it is available for long time also. Okay, in this way the data, whatever the data generated, that should be in restored by 3 to 1 mode, and 3 different type of backup restoration. Okay, after that whatever the data we are restored, that should be, we have to ensure all organizations, maybe different organizations having different criteria, they have to ensure in the every 3 months, every 6 months, based on the criteria. Okay, whatever the data restored, that should be comparable, that should be checked once in a monthly, quarterly basis or half yearly basis, based on the requirement, based on the criteria, based on the SOP requirement. We have to give the request to IT department through with the permission of QA. We have to give the request to ID, whatever the data we have to restore in different instruments. Based on that requirement, IT department will restore the data in different paths, either D drive or E drive of particular instrument, either chromatograph instruments or non-chromatograph instruments. Chromatograph instruments means C module, vigilance, waters. Non-chromatograph means standalone, either UV, IR, KF, melting point, like that. They will restore the particular batch on that particular path. From that we have to take the printout, we have to ensure whatever the earlier we are generated, that data is comparable or not. We have to ensure the batch number details, product details, when it has performed, when it was what is the results. We have to ensure the archival data with original data, that should be comparable, that should be 100% comparable. There is no modifications, there is no alternations, there is no deletions, should be comparable 100%, then only our data will restore to 100%. Okay, these are all requirement for FDA, these are all requirement for compliance mode only. Okay, thank you.